Hello, my name is Gabrielle Green, and today I am going to be covering child abuse in Jackson County, Missouri. So the blocked in red area is showing Jackson County in the state of Missouri, and Jackson County is actually the second largest county in the state of Missouri with a population size of 716,862 residents, which is according to 2021 census data. And Missouri as a whole state has a population of 6,168,187 residents, also according to 2021 census data. Kansas City, Missouri is actually the largest city in Jackson County and also the largest city in the state with a population of 508,394 residents. And the race of the population of Kansas City, Missouri is about 60% white, about 28% Black or African American, and 11% Hispanic or Latino, while other races actually make up for less than 3% of the total population of Kansas City. The race of the population of Jackson County, Missouri is about 70% white, about 23% Black or African American, and about 10% Hispanic or Latino, while other races make up for about less than 3% of the population as well. And the average number of households was 206,295 in between 2016 and 2020, and the average number of persons per household was 2.34% between 2016 and 2020. The average household income for Jackson County was $56,960, and that's in 2020 dollars between the years of 2016 and 2020, and the percentage of individuals in poverty was 12.4% according to the 2021 census. The number of reported child abuse cases for Jackson County, Missouri was 8,025. And that's for children subject to maltreatment during October of 2019 to September of 2020. The total number of victim reports was 298, with reports of 70 reports for neglect, 90 reports for physical abuse, 101 reports for sexual abuse, and 37 reports for other types of abuse. And the number of reported child abuse cases for Greene County, Missouri was 4,447 for children that were subject to maltreatment during October of 2019 to September of 2020. The total number of victim reports was 197, and that includes 62 reports for neglect, 54 reports for physical abuse, 65 for sexual abuse, and 16 reports for other types of abuse. The total number of children removed from their homes to foster care in Jackson County, Missouri was 709 during October of 2020 through September of 2021. The total number of removals for neglect was 314. Removals for caretaker drug or alcohol use was 356. Removals for physical abuse was 107. Removals for the caretaker's inability to cope was 247. Removals for inadequate housing was 142. Removals for incarceration was 30. Removals for child behavior was 36. Removals for abandonment was 76. And removals for sexual abuse was 49. The total number of children in the region of Jackson County in foster care on September 30th of 2021 was 171,548, and the average daily children in care during October of 2020 through September of 2021 was 1,550 children. There was an adverse childhood experience ACEs study conducted on Missouri and Kansas in 2016, and it found that some of the highest ACE risk zip codes found in Kansas City were in inner Kansas City, stretching from portions of Jackson County, Missouri, and Wyandotte County, Kansas. And according to the Health Industry Data Institute ACES study, most of the zip codes in northern and western Jackson County were considered high-risk areas. So where the arrow is pointing here, that is all of Jackson County. So you can definitely see that in the northwestern areas where Kansas City is located, there definitely is high-risk areas in that location. Trauma Matters Kansas City and the Chamber of Commerce Foundation of Greater Kansas City partnered together in 2016 in the hopes of making a more resilient Kansas City community. So Resilient Kansas City was formed, and it hoped to raise awareness of the impacts of trauma on the community, to create a resilient community and collect the adverse childhood experiences and resiliency baseline data from the 9-county regional area. Resilient Kansas City was a 2-year campaign that, through the collection of ACES data, found that over half, so 57% of adults experienced emotional abuse while they were growing up. Black adults experienced more abuse. 40% experienced physical abuse, 37% experienced sexual abuse, 40% experienced emotional neglect, and 24% experienced emotional neglect during their childhood, according to the Kansas City Chamber of Commerce. The Child Abuse Prevention Association, located in Kansas City, Missouri, and Independence, Missouri, is a resource for families and children to receive counseling, education about abuse and neglect, and family support. Another resource for families and children is the Child Protection Center of Jackson County, located in Kansas City, Missouri, that provides therapy, court advocacy, information and referrals, crisis intervention, criminal justice support, and claims assistance for crime victims' compensation funds. Child Protective Services in Jackson County are through the Child Protection Center in Kansas City, Missouri, and their role involves respecting the child and their voice throughout the investigation of child abuse. Forensic interviews, family advocacy, and mental health services are provided to children between the ages of 3 and 17 in Jackson County. The Child Protective Center serves around 800 children annually, and their services do not include any charge for the children or their families. And children are referred to the Child Protection Center after a report of abuse occurs, and either law enforcement or the Children's Division refers the child or children.